Hello, my name is John Miller, and we're here at the Winning Pitchers Baseball Academy in Massachusetts, the home of Power Guide Performance, to introduce you to our new product, the Pitcher's Power Stride. It's a great training tool. We've been testing it for the last year with tons of pitchers from across the country that have traveled in to work with us. And we're going to show you how we've used it to help pitchers. The first thing that we see with most pitchers is that they don't lead with their hips, which the Power Drive helps with, which the Power Drive fixes. But the second thing they'll do is they'll want to lead with their foot, and they'll open their hips early, or they'll what we call open gate. So that would be wrong, or straight drop. What we want to do is get a pelvic angle. So if I'm going to position this just for here so you can see it to start, I want to get a pelvic angle and lead with my hips first, and then my heel or the flat part of my foot should touch this. So I'm teaching my body to drive down, straight, get on my backside, and then drive off this leg and keep my hips closed as long as I can. And I can move this thing around wherever I want, depending on the pitcher that I'm working with in his style. So obviously, depending on the style, we're just trying to get him to stay closed longer. And just like every Power Guide Performance product, this thing's built like a tank out of steel, and it's heavy. And as you can see, it's not going to move around on you when you're using it. So those are the ways that you can do it wrong. Another way to do it wrong is just a straight drop. If I'm straight dropping, that means I'm not loading. So the correct way, I should be here, heel first, driving down. The second thing that we see with a lot of younger pitchers that happens a lot is that they don't utilize their backside. When I mean their backside, even if they do all this right and they get down here, they end up walking and they don't transfer their weight good over their front side and get their back leg up and over. So this is a great way to teach that. As it's built in, my leg's going to sweep, and then it's there for my back leg to get up and over. A lot of kids will just come through and they'll knock it. And they'll just do that as they knock it. So that's the second thing we see. Now, my personal favorite thing when I work with our older college guys is to teach slide step from it. Because teaching a slide step is one of the hardest things to teach, to use your legs the correct way. Because we're trying to hold the runners, we're trying to control the game speeds up a lot of those times. And we got to be quick to hold, but it's just as important to lead with our hips and lead with our foot. So we're going to start with our foot actually in front of it. And on our first movement, I'm going to come up, so my knee's driving back, and I'm loading in my hips, and I'm tapping it and going. So I should feel it touching my toe or my front of my foot. Now the other thing is a lot of guys will then come too high. If I come too high, right away, they're going to feel it touch. So it's a way to feel it as I'm pitching live to my catcher. So I'm just going to load in and load out. So those are some of the real basic ways that we like to train with it. We have a lot more on our free backside of our training site. It all comes free with the product that shows you how we use it to help pitchers across the country get better.